Hello, friends. Thank you again for tuning in. Let's delve into healing and recovery. Recovery from what? From pain, from anguish, from heartbreak, from grief. Healing from what? From the trauma that all this pain, agony, heartbreak, and grief caused you. So you heal from your past traumas and you recover from the grief, from the heartbreak, from the pain, from the um, from the effects, from the actual events of the pain. Why? But why? But why do you need to heal? You need to heal because because emotional sickness, emotional unwell is very crippling. It cripples your mind, it cripples your heart, it cripples your vision, it blurs your vision. Matter of fact, it cripples your dream, your big dreams. If you've had any big dream and you're working on this big dream, poor emotional health, weak emotional well-being can cripple that, can actually make you to give up on yourself, to give up on life, to give into being unalive, and to give into being overcome and overwhelmed and depressed. Devastation, giving into that, self-sabotaging. That's what emotional, psychological, and mental illness can make you to achieve. You achieve your unalive goals, where you always think about how you can unalive yourself, what you might eat, drink, sniff, inject, tie up, or construct to help you get unalived. Once upon a time, I met a friend via social media. I had made a post, I believe, and addressing a certain scenario or situation, or I might have made a comment in response to a situation where I had advised. And this individual reached out to me via my DM, and then we started talking. Part of our conversation was the fact that she was struggling with anger problems. And we traced it back to a traumatic event when she was growing up, how her parents were always toxic with each other, how her dad eventually abandoned her mom and her siblings and ran off with another woman. And that hurt her so deeply, she never fully recovered from it. So now she is in a relationship and dealing with her man. She always tends to, look at things from a purple glass. Purple glass meaning from the angle of what her mom had suffered and endured from her dad. And so that made her to have no trust for men, and it made her to have less patience with men, and also made her to react excessively in anger whenever triggered, hurt, or disappointed. This individual of blessed memory has passed on to glory, and her name is Bimbo, IVD's ex-wife. Should I say her name is? Her name was Bimbo, IVD's ex-wife. Well, she was unalived by the same toxic event within her own marriage. There have been many stories, but the point of the matter is that she is unalived. There are times when toxic situations can push someone to accepting being unalive than being alive and dealing with it, going through it, trying to change the situation or trying to get out of the situation. It's easy to give in than to actually pull yourself out of a bad situation. It's very easy, much easier to give in. People give in for so many reasons. It takes an enormous mental and emotional strength to actually pull yourself out of a bad situation and start working on your healing. And my preaching, my message is not to ask someone, to leave a situation. Really not. But anyways, I know that would inspire, motivate, encourage one to pull themselves out of a situation that can unalive them. However, my message, my delivery, my speaking, my talks is towards somebody who is already out of a bad situation and who want to stay out, remain out, and work on their healing so that they may alchemize. I always say alchemize because if you're truly healing, if you're truly recovering from your trauma and healing from your pain, your grief, and your heartbreak, listen, there is no way you heal without alchemizing. They come hand in hand, they are intertwined. So you heal, you become a better version of yourself. You even in turn become a new person entirely with a newfound inspiration, a new dream, a new set of goals, a new set of pursuits. Your mindset changes, your focus changes, your drive changes. You're more interested in things that are futuristic, progressive, success, leaning towards success, success embedded. And you get there because this is your personal goal. This is your personal interest. This is a new aspiration. You're working with it within a newfound energy, a newfound love for self, for life, and for the future. The future is meant for people who want to stay, who want to be alive, who want to overcome their setbacks, who want to win at life, and who want to overcome any kind of situation that's keeping them down, holding them trapped, holding them or setting them behind, and making them feeling depressed. And depression is actually an effect of feeling feeling disappointed in self, and feeling low self-worth. Of all the things mentioned, where do you find yourself? Where do your friends fall? Are you going to be that person that will bring your friend the knowledge, the information that will get them to start working on their healing? Are you going to be the person who will take this message as a sign to get you to stay working on your healing? Working on your healing is not a walk in the park. It's a long, boring, dark road to travel. But you can do it. If I can, so can you. So many people have worked on their healing. They worked on their trauma. They have been able to fully distinguish their trauma from who they are. Because that's what happens when you heal. When you are unhealed, you always see yourself from the perspective of your trauma, right? But when you get healed, you see your trauma as an event that occurred in your lifetime, and you take it as a learning process for you, a learning curve. You take it that, okay, if you didn't get that experience or that trauma, you probably won't learn a thing or two. You probably won't even understand the importance of healing. You probably won't have alchemized. You probably won't have the level of confidence that you exude today, because confidence is contagious. It's like happiness is contagious. Confidence is contagious. When you're a confident person, by the way, there is no unhealed person who is confident. None. If you're unhealed and you position as confident, you're faking it. And it's good to be an actor. But the truth is, instead of fake it, why not just be it? The Kardashians will say, fake it till you make it. Yes, I would say, fake it till you be it. So if you can fake it, it means that you consider it very important. You consider it essential. You consider it vital to your well-being, to your whole essence. And I say, work on it and become it, so that you can inspire your world. You can encourage other people. And you can be you can be like me, who would say, I indeed worked on my brokenness, my traumas, and I got healed. I got alchemized. Today, I'm operating from a newfound love, a newfound self, and a newfound confidence. That can be your story. I would say, make it your story, make it your reality. Don't be like the women who had given into a toxic and dysfunctional situations that unalive them. Don't be someone who is today thinking how you want to unalive yourself, because the problem has become enormous. You're overwhelmed. You have been left to care for a child that you and someone had together. Might have been a planned scenario, an unplanned scenario. You're struggling with being a single parent. You are struggling with finding your way around life, navigating through a hard time. You're struggling between losing your job or losing a parent or losing hope, by someone who had promised you the world, who you knew very well that would take care of you, your God sent, your destiny helper. You're struggling with, the reality of how things have become for you. Because yes, indeed, life is transient. Everything changes over time. There are things that may not change or may never change, but there are things that are always going to change. So did change happen to you? Did life happen to you? Are you struggling with the reality of things for you today? Remember, you're not alone. There are millions of people across the world who are doing it alongside, who are doing it equally. Do not give up on yourself. Do not give up on life. Do not give in to being unalive. Do not give in to the struggles of life to a place where you become unalive. Do not allow anger. Do not allow frustration. Do not allow depression to push you off the cliff and get you to a point of no return. You can work on that struggle, you can work on that brokenness, and you can alchemize out of it. You can. You find a reason to progress. It should be your point of progress, not your point of demise, not your point of defeat, but it should be your point of recovery, overcome, and winning. Make it so. I'll leave you with this for now. Follow for more. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Emotional Support Clinic. Follow the awareness and community, and let's build it very strong. Expect to see me somewhere around you on one-on-one counseling, group coaching, or seminar. What is it going to be? What are you expecting? Where are you expecting to see me? And what do you want me to talk about next? I like to talk about emotional healing, psychological well-being, alchemizing, confidence building, win strategies, life advocacy, and what else? Trauma recovery, and of course, transformation. So what is your question? Ask me a question in the comment section. Route me to what you need me to talk about. Tell me a story about something that happened to you or your friend or someone close to you, your neighbor, your family member, and let's talk about it. Let's have these conversations. We need to encourage one another. We need to pull somebody out of that abyss. We need to pull someone out of, ending it all, giving up on life. We need to encourage someone to do it again, do it better, do it more strategically, and keep winning at it. Love and light, Coach Amaka.